C207, data-driven decision making, I think there's people in one of two camps. The first camp are big data nerds, man. They watch the Express cohort videos, maybe they go to the text, fill in some blanks, and they finish this course in a couple of days. Then in the other camp, there's people like me on the struggle bus. So let me tell you about C207. I'm going to tell you about the 2 tasks and the OA, but first things first, it's been a month since I passed my last course. Long story short, I had some life stuff happening and I was just kind of like burned out. If I hadn't been dragging my feet, realistically, it probably would have taken me 1 or 2 evenings to do task 1 and 2 and maybe some revisions. Then it took me 2 weeks to actually prepare for the OA. The first thing is the 2 tasks, and the course instructors do recommend that you do the 2 tasks first and then you do the OA. I was just looking at the website and I can't figure out where to download the 2 tasks. So I'm gonna put that on my website. That link, the WGU unofficial study guide, is down below. Once you find that small link and you download the Excel file, you'll put in your student ID from WGU. That student ID will generate unique data that's just for you. For task 1 and 2, go to course tips and resources, then data-driven express videos. There's several small videos for each task. There's also additional information inside the course materials underneath section 2. You can also sign up for the live cohorts, and there's 2 sessions. For me, it was the second and third session that went over tasks 1 and 2. For me, the cohort started on the 8th of the month and it's every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. Of course, that can change. And by the way, can I get a like for this video? I would really appreciate that. Okay, for the objective assessment, it's helpful to have a study guide. You can create one yourself, but there's also a study guide by one of the course instructors from Dr. J. Michael, thank you for sending that to me. Again, that study guide is linked on my website. For the OA, definitely watching the recorded cohort videos is a great start. Like I said before, going to the live cohorts is also really good. Then on the Express cohort page under additional resources, there's a PowerPoint, and each one of those PowerPoints is a nice little study guide. Studocu also has some wonderful study guides. Here's what makes the course difficult. You need to know more than just the plain definition of a key word. As an example, there are several tests that show significant difference. Then there's also several tests that show significant relationships. Each one of those have key words when you're reading a word problem that will tip you off to which one you should choose. Then every one of those tests have key words, like p-value, f-score, z-score, r-squared. And then within that, each one of those have different ways of showing the data, like a bar graph or a histogram or a scatter point. I passed this course and it is still just mind-numbing to me. I take notes in every course, but in this course, I filled up 2 Rocket books worth of notes. There's a lot of duplicates, and I also made 80 flashcards with all of those keywords and their sub-keywords. So you need to understand the relationship between test, tools, ways of displaying the data. For me, prepping for the OA, I used those flashcards that I created. Every spare moment that I had, I was using Quizlets. Then I took the 6-section quizzes, put that into a document, and then put that into ChatGPT. That quiz is on my website on C207. There's 90 questions and I just had it test me over and over again. And know more than just the answers, you need to know the actual concepts so that way when you get to the OA, you can answer different questions. So I would use ChatGPT, once again, use whatever AI makes you happy. I would quiz myself over and over again, and if I didn't understand a concept, I would have it teach me over and over again. And finally, on the Express cohort page, there's module number 5 and 6. It's called Are You Smarter? Definitely watch that. That video will show you how tricky the questions are on the OA. I took an hour on the OA. There were just a couple of questions that really stumped the heck out of me that I just stared at for several minutes. And I ended up passing on my first try. If this is competent and this is like exemplary, I was like, just a little overconfident. It's a rough course, man. The final bit of advice is it's kind of like accounting in that way that the more that you just review it over and over and over again, then all of these different key terms start to all click together. Well, I hope you are doing good. Take care of each other. Definitely remember to like and subscribe. If you have not gone to the unofficial WGU study guide, that link is down below. I hope you are doing well, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.